Facebook isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Um, there it goes. It just took its sweet little time. All right, sorry about that.
No worries.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to Retrieving Sanity, your recovery-focused podcast with your host, Keegan. Today, we're speaking with our wonderful friend, Sophia Torrini, and last time we sat down with her, we cracked open the door on how our bodies get addicted to our own emotional chemistry. But today, we're actually going to step through that door with me being the guinea pig. Sophia is an expert in the neuroscience of emotional release and the mechanics of manifestation. She's here to show us that you can't build a skyscraper on a foundation of swamp water. You have to clear the old energy before the new reality can take root. So, Sophia, how have you been since our last
Oh, I've been
conversation?
pretty good, and I had to clear a lot of my own stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Every
Uh,
so often, my own stuff comes up, and I have to clear it. The thing is, it's getting faster now.
okay. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the weird things, right? Like, sometimes a dentist needs another dentist to go to, and just because they're a dentist doesn't mean they're always going to have perfect teeth, and so on and so forth, you know? Like, a masseuse needs another masseuse because they can't really massage their own back the same way that
That's
someone
right.
else can.
And you brought an interesting conversation about this reality.
Oh,
An eye needs a mirror to see the eye. Eye cannot see its eye by itself.
hmm.
That's why this reality, the outer world, mirrors what we feel.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, is that why some people just seem to always have a hard time with just getting by in life? I mean, I know I've had some moments in my life where I was feeling worthless or not worthy, and it was feeling like I was fighting an uphill battle just to land a normal job or something like that, you know?
Well, correct. So the outer world is a delayed mirror of what you feel inside, and there's
Okay.
7 mirrors. And this is based on the teachings of Christ, the removed teachings of Christ. So the outer world is always showing you in delayed fashion
Mm-hmm.
what it is that's happening internally. But what happens to us in the beginning, we keep on attacking the mirror. It's like me going to the mirror and I'm not wearing lipstick, put on lipstick. Keep on saying, well, can't you put some lipstick? Well, the mirror can't put lipstick till I put the lipstick.
Ah.
So the outer world does not change till we actually change.
Okay. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense, you know, whenever we're learning, like, whenever we're growing up and we figure out what a mirror is, it's always kind of weird, isn't it? Because it's like, hey, this is me, but is it me? How's that me? And so, how exactly does some of the outer world stuff reflect to us what is on the inside?
Okay, so there's 7 mirrors.
Okay.
I'll try and remember. I don't remember them all
It's
off my
okay.
head, but I have written a blog on it. So the first mirror shows you exactly where you're at. So if internally, but you may not be unaware of it, right? Because you have a conscious and subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have some suppressed anger.
Okay.
The outer world is going to give you experience that you either get angry or someone's attacking you or you witness a fight
Mm.
because it's trying to tell you, look inside, you have anger.
Ah.
So now we have the second mirror, which is the mirror of judgment.
Mm.
So whatever you judge will keep on showing up into your life till you actually start accepting it and you love it.
Ah. Okay.
Right? So whatever, why? Because everything in the reality is created. I think we discussed it last time. Your thoughts, your emotions, actions, and deed create reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what gets projected. And there's another step that we didn't discuss last time. So let's say you're trying to navigate your reality. Usually you have some intuition, but we're so disconnected from our bodies, we don't pick it up. That
Yeah.
includes me. Then there's the emotion. So
Okay.
now I pick it at the emotion, but we always don't deal with it right then and there. So you decided not to deal with it. Now you see it in the outer world.
Ah.
So, for example, you'll see the fight out there.
Uh-huh.
So someone else is fighting versus you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you still haven't picked it up. Now it physically manifests in the body. Either you get it, you really start boiling up and feeling the anger,
Mm-hmm.
or someone actually physically attacks you.
Oh. Yeah. That's not good.
So, right. So, because we missed it, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
alarm is getting stronger and stronger.
Okay.
The third mirror, which is a nice mirror, and it's very unique. It's something that was lost or taken away, or you have given away unconsciously. These are people where you feel so magnetized to them, you do not know. They usually have a quality that you no longer have.
Mm.
And
Oh.
that was my relationship with my partner. I was like drawn like a magnet. He
Mm-hmm.
had that playfulness, that kindness, that affection that I had lost in my life.
Mm. Okay.
So
So,
I was very drawn to that.
okay, but so that's not necessarily a bad thing
N-
whenever that happens,
No,
right?
no,
Okay.
it's not a bad mirror depending how you handle it. It
Oh.
actually, but it doesn't have to be always romantic. It could be a good friend that has it. If you align with them and start learning from them, now you can see what you have lost or given away
Hmm.
and
Oh.
reclaim it.
Okay. So the first two are kind of like, hey, take attention to what is going on the inside. And then the third one is saying like, hey, here's something that you can take back and you need to find again to be more whole.
Correct, but you lost it on the inside again. You
Uh-huh.
have lost it. So all of them reflect something about the inside. But here's an opportunity that I'm going to have you be drawn to these people
Mm-hmm.
because they have something that you can have.
Mm. That you can and not can't.
No, you can,
I
can.
love that. Okay. Huh. That ooh. I like that. Okay, so what's the fourth mirror?
There's the mirror of the mother and father. So
Ooh.
how your relationships play out.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So they're gonna, the way you relate to them, you're gonna end up relating to the outer world and probably relationships. Very often,
Hmm.
we find couples, then they say, oh, I married someone who's just like my father.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get divorced and say, oh, the next one's better. And they're a double version of the father. Okay, because they didn't clear the pattern.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So that's the fourth one. Then we have the fifth one, the dark night of the soul. Nothing's
Ooh.
making sense to you anymore. You're kind of lost, and your outer world is falling apart. That's when it's time for a big wake up.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Okay. Dark Night of the Soul. Ooh. Yeah, I've had several of those myself. So, real quick, before we get to the last two, is it like, do these happen in sequence? Is it always like one, two, three, four,
There
or?
could be multiple at any given moment. People think they're one by one, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not.
Okay. So just because you're going through Dark Night of the Soul doesn't mean you've seen the thing that you need to try to reclaim yet either, right?
Well, you may, but you haven't maybe pick it up. You haven't
Oh.
picked it up. So it's showing up because you're completely lost and you're not aligned internally, right?
Mm. Okay.
So, uh, and I did want to go back, something I missed on the first mirror, just remind me at the end. So then
Okay.
we have the mirror of self reflection.
Okay.
That is a very challenging, subtle mirror because we start comparing ourselves to others, and that's a bad mirror because we're always feeling less than, and it's a
Mm.
very subtle mirror that we should not fall into.
Ah. So that one immediately makes me think of that comparison is the killer of joy archetype, you know.
Absolutely, and you're always feeling you're not good enough feeling that there's something wrong, right?
Yeah.
So that is not a good mirror to have, and it's just very dangerous. There's a very interesting story that Greg Braden, because Greg Braden started, they're in the, I believe they're in the Bible of Thomas. Greg Braden kind of made them very popular.
Uh-huh.
And he talks about, this story has stuck in my head for such a long time. He talks about this young girl. Her parents decided that she's going to be a model. So first they tell her you need to lose weight. So she loses weight. She's bulimic, anorexic. She keeps on losing weight. Then they said to her, you need to get implants. So she does the implants. Then, you need a nose job. And then finally they say to her, and the parent, she's only 16. This is actually a true story.
Yeah.
They tell her, well, in order to be this top model, we need to remove one rib from each side. So the parents go along with it. So she removes the rib. And of course she dies at 16.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
Yep. So, so that's the last one. That was the last one, but I missed one. So we said the dark night of the soul, which basically wants you to represent the transformative power to find your way out of it.
Okay.
You might be experiencing that because you're experiencing a setback in career, right?
Yeah.
And it's about breaking off or breaking away from your old perception of yourself. Right? So that would be your dark night of the soul. Yes, because the old pattern is not working. Then we had the mother and father, which is the parental influence and can show in relationships. There's one, the one of the compulsive behavior. Brings out in the outer world your compulsive behaviors. And they dominate your life. And it basically is so if you're having a OCD or something, it's really something internally about how you view, maybe you've lost control and maybe a lot of fear and you're not able to let go. So you're carrying a lot of baggage. Right? So I think it was the second mirror. I said it was the first, but it's the second mirror that I wanted to add something.
Okay.
So the first one was the present moment. You're angry inside, it's going to be out there. The second one is the mirror of judgment. So that is an interesting one because you can't judge another person. You can't do something unless it's in you.
Okay.
So if you're judging someone else, you have it in you.
Yeah.
A perfect example, in psychotherapy, they've modified it and flipped it, and they call it the theory of projection. So, for example, a thief will always be afraid of other thieves or always be projecting, oh, that person is a thief, where inside they actually have the trait themselves. They're the thieves.
Yeah.
So, yes. So the judgment, you're judging others because you're judging yourself.
Yeah. That immediately makes me think of the recovery room saying, you spot it, you got it, kind of thing. And I mean, I know that all too well because it's kind of like whenever I see someone doing something and it kind of pisses me off or something, it's like, oh, well, I can do that too. But it took a lot of time to get to the point to where I could recognize that kind of thing, And I mean, it's really weird how these mirrors kind of act like this because you would think that this is something that we should kind of learn in school, right?
Well, if they taught that, the Masons and the secret societies know about that. They've always known about it. The classified documents that was released from the CIA, they already have it in there.
Huh.
It's already in there. A lot of this stuff is in there.
Oh, wow.
So the big powers that be, the really very successful or the very elite, always known that, which is why they're so successful. They got a head start.
Huh. That's kind of shitty, for lack of a better term.
Well, that's how you get to control the masses.
Yeah, I mean, did good point. Really good point. You know, and I mean, if we're trying to change our world or our outer worlds, we have to change our inner worlds first, though, right?
That's correct. Remember, the outer world is a delayed projection of your inner world.
Gotcha. And I mean, so why do so? I guess a lot of us kind of get brought up with that whole "we're less than" mindset because that keeps us powerless, right?
We all have an aspect, either I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not wealthy enough. It goes on. That's been a collective belief, and it's been reinforced through advertisement. You
Mm.
see the super sexy woman, and she has the most beautiful husband and the most expensive car.
Uh.
What happened in the 60s, it was just after I was born, but I saw the images, those magazines they had.
Uh.
They had Twiggy. She was one of the most famous models, and she was literally like a toothpick.
Hmm.
And everybody wanted to become that thin. A few years after, you got bulimia and anorexia because everybody was trying to create that image
Mm.
of a toothpick.
Huh. Okay. Eesh. Yeah.
Twiggy was her name. She was so thin, and she was in all the things in the 60s, or was it the 70s? A very famous model, but it was unrealistically thin. No human being. I mean, you could get some so thin, but
Hmm. Not healthily.
not healthy. Yes.
Huh. Okay. So, I mean, if we're to change our inner world before we can change our outer worlds and stuff, how, last time we spoke, you were talking about clearing emotions, but it goes deeper than that, right?
Well, first the emotion, we clear the emotion, then it's going to drop the belief. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
emotions are holding the belief, and then
Uh-huh.
we're going to see if we can actually shift your state of being to see how that can work. And you'll be
Okay.
the true witness.
Okay.
So your audience can see it in real life.
Okay. Uh, I'm totally down for that.
Okay, so let's make it concrete. What is
Okay.
the challenge, the one challenge that you're facing? And by the way, if it's a serious challenge, so the audience can know, it may not clear at one session, but we'll pick up even not a traumatic one, but a serious one, just to see how low you can drop
Okay.
the emotion.
Okay. So off the top of my head, it's back to the whole career thing, being in between jobs, and I'm trying to break into, as they say, the creative field or like podcast editing, producing kind of stuff to where it's like I actually earn money for doing something like this so that I can continue to help others and maybe do something else with it.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm either not qualified enough or not talented enough because I've squandered so many years in addiction. So it's like I don't have degrees and I'm just teaching myself everything as I go, and oh, it's hard.
Okay, so if I were to ask you, knowing that you are in between jobs and you haven't found the job that you're looking for, if you were to close your eyes and check your body for a second, you don't have a job and another one hasn't shown up yet. What is the first, because you gave me all the thought patterns, what is the first emotion that shows up in the body and where physically is it located?
Uh, I think it's despair would probably be the closest feeling, and it's like that deep pit in my stomach.
Okay. And let me just confirm the belief. So I got most of the beliefs. You don't earn enough money to help others, you're not qualified, and somehow there's a stigma because you've been in addiction.
Yeah. Yep.
Is there another belief behind that? Perhaps I'm not good enough, or that's not on the surface?
Ooh. It may have to go back to my parents, kind of, because I remember one of my early dreams of what I wanted to do was to be a professional skateboarder, you know. And at one point, I was given a lot of crap about, like, well, how's it going to be trying to become a professional skateboarder? And it was like, well, thanks, Dad. Like, I didn't need that kind of like ego kick or whatever. And ever since then, it's been kind of like I don't think I can achieve my dreams, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. And from 1 to 10, how strong is the despair?
Uh, eight, 8 or 9. It's yeah. I'm trying to lean into the faith, you know, and it's like faith is easy to practice whenever things are going right, but whenever things are going wrong, that's whenever you need to practice it. And it's like, but I need to trust, and holy hell, is
Well,
that
that's
hard?
not an easy one. You need to surrender. So, okay. So, do you know the tapping sequence? I'll just stand up for a second for anybody who doesn't know, and I'll show the body parts so everybody can see them.
Okay. I know a couple, but probably
Yes.
not in sequence as
Yeah, so
we're
let me
about to
start
learn.
with the first ones. So we always start here
Mm-hmm.
because this changes the polarity of the body.
Okay.
And we start with even though, and I'll do
Okay.
the sentences.
Okay.
We go here, which is the crown,
Okay.
in between the eyebrows, right
Okay.
here, just below your third eyes, right here,
Okay.
side of the eyes, right at the side of my eyebrows, right there.
Okay.
Under the eyes,
Okay.
under the nose,
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
I like sometimes to do the ears
Huh.
because you have a lot of meridians.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't do this one, they skip it, but there's lots of meridians.
Okay.
I do right here, which is
Okay.
your thymus gland. And now, this is where a woman, this is my breast, this is where a woman wears the bra, so right here. It's called
Okay.
up the arm, right, yeah, right there.
Okay.
So I do both, I do it like this.
Ah.
Excellent.
Okay.
And then this is where my bra goes, so under the bra, and this is the anger point. So here's your nipple, just under.
Okay.
I do the wrists
Ah. Okay.
because there's tons of meridians coming up.
Okay.
And then this.
Ah.
If we have time, maybe at the end we can pull a meridian because you will see by doing these points, you've covered the majority of the acupuncture meridians.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So your job now is to breathe slowly in the belly, repeat the sentence that I say. If you do not like the sentence, you can interrupt me
Okay.
and say, change the word, which is fine.
Okay.
And you put your awareness on the pit of your gut. You're
Okay.
not trying to force away the despair. The despair will naturally leave by
Okay.
itself by reducing the intensity. You already told me it's an 8 to a 9.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to see if we can bring it up.
Okay.
And then we'll work a few things so the audience can know. If we have time, I'll connect you one tapping round with your younger self, and then we're going to go and meet your future self.
Okay. Okay.
And then they can have a full demonstration.
Okay. Sweet. I'm
Okay.
ready.
So remember, you're always breathing in the belly.
Okay.
Why? Because it changes your brain waves and the body feels safe. Despair is not an emotion of safety.
Yeah.
So we want to bring the opposite energy in. You are the witness. You're observing like the mirror. You're observing what it is that you don't like, and you're trying to make an internal change. You're just the observer.
Okay.
You don't force it away. You don't want to push it away. And then you're just tapping and repeating exactly what I say unless the word doesn't resonate for you.
Okay.
So even though
Even though
thinking I'm in between jobs,
thinking I'm in between jobs,
I have this despair in the pit of my stomach.
I have this despair in the pit of my stomach.
When am I going to get out of this situation?
When am I going to get out of this situation?
I need to earn more money to help other people,
I need to earn more money to help other people.
yet this voice in my head says, I'm not qualified to get a job.
Yet this voice in my head says I'm not qualified to get a job.
And I have a lot of despair.
And I have a lot of despair.
And I acknowledge this is what I'm feeling. Breathe in your belly, just remember.
And I acknowledge that this is what I'm feeling.
And I'm going to allow this energy to move through me and out of me.
And I'm going to allow this energy to move through me and out of me.
So I can find a place of peace.
So I can find a place of peace.
Because there's a parallel Keegan.
Because there's a parallel Keegan.
That has found a job.
That has found a job.
And even though this despair is in my pit of my stomach.
This despair is in the pit of my stomach.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
And I would like to be bringing in more money.
And I would like to be bringing in more money.
And I'm putting a lot of effort in this, and it hasn't materialized.
And I'm putting a lot of effort in this, and it hasn't materialized.
And I feel I'm not qualified.
And I feel I'm not qualified.
I acknowledge this despair.
I acknowledge this despair.
And it's safe for me to feel it so it can move out of me.
And it's safe for me to feel it so it can move out of me.
And I'm open to the idea.
And I'm open to the idea.
That there's a parallel Keegan.
That there's a parallel Keegan.
That's bringing in, is earning money.
That is earning money.
Without despair.
Without despair.
Keep breathing in your belly. And even though there's this despair.
And even though there's this despair.
I've had it for a long time.
And I've had it for a long time.
I'm in between careers.
I'm in between careers.
And I'd like to be earning consistent income.
And I'd like to be earning consistent income.
And I have all these stories why I'm not.
And I have all these stories of why I'm not.
And especially my prior addiction.
And especially my prior addiction.
As if it's a permanent stigma for the rest of my life.
As if it's a permanent stigma for the rest of my life.
Yet there's another part of me.
Yet there's another part of me.
That knows there's a way out.
That knows that there is a way out.
Which is why I do the show, podcast.
Which is why I do the show and podcast.
And which is why I'm tapping right here, right now.
Which is why I'm tapping right here, right now.
And I acknowledge this despair.
And I acknowledge this despair.
And it's safe for me to move through me, to allow it to move through me and out of me.
And it's safe for me to allow it to move through me and out of me.
And I'm open to consider maybe I could align with this Keegan who is meaningfully employed and earning income.
And I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
And I am open to align.
And I'm open to align.
With this Keegan.
With this Keegan.
Who is bringing in stable income.
Who is bringing in stable income.
Something I would like.
Something I would like.
Tap of the head. All of this despair.
All of this despair.
It's been with me for so long, and it's a lot of old programming.
Has been with me for so long, and it's a lot of old programming.
Between the eyebrows. For the past, I did the best I could given the circumstances.
For the past, I did the best I could given the circumstances.
There's nothing I could have done differently because I didn't know any of this.
There's nothing I could have done differently because I didn't know any of this.
Side of the eyes. I didn't know that these emotions are driving my reality.
I didn't know that these emotions were driving my reality.
I just ran away from them. That's all I knew how to do.
I just ran away from them. That's all I knew how to do.
What if this is old programming?
What if this is old programming?
Under the eyes. And what was programmed can be reprogrammed.
And what was programmed can be reprogrammed.
Under the eyes, and then you can go under the, yeah. I'm open to letting it go.
I'm open to letting it go.
I release all emotional attachments.
I release all emotional attachments.
To this despair in the pit of my stomach.
to this despair in the pit of my stomach.
And I retrieve all of my energy,
And I retrieve all of my energy
bound up to this despair in the pit of my stomach.
that's bound up in this despair in the pit of my stomach.
With the belief
With the belief
that I won't be able to earn money.
that I won't be able to earn money.
And I take it back cleansed
And I take it back cleansed
to the right place within myself.
to the right place within myself.
And I remove
And I remove
all non-me energy.
all non-energy.
Non-me doesn't belong to me.
Oh, non-me energy.
To this despair in the pit of my stomach.
To this despair in the pit of my stomach.
That's, I am not qualified to bring in income
That I am not qualified to bring in income.
for my cells, for my bodies,
For myself, for my bodies,
and my personal space.
in my personal space.
And I send it back cleansed
And I send it back cleansed
to where it truly belongs.
to where it truly belongs.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to all the stories and the despair
to all the stories and the despair
that I won't find a career that pays me adequately.
that I won't find a career that pays me adequately.
And I'm ready to release it with grace.
And I'm ready to release it with grace.
And may what is ready to return to me,
And may what is ready to return to me,
to do so with love.
to do so with love.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to everyone and anyone,
to everyone and anyone,
and especially my dad,
and especially my dad,
who programmed me
who programmed me
with this belief
with this belief
that I can't find a career that I enjoy that's going to bring me income.
that I can't find a career that I enjoy that's going to bring me income.
And there could be something inadequate about me.
And that there could be something inadequate about me.
And I send this energy
And I send this energy
back to everyone and anyone,
back to everyone and anyone,
including my dad,
including my dad,
that it actually belongs to.
that it actually belongs to me.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to all the memories
to all the memories
that I've had so much despair in the pit of my stomach,
that I've had so much despair in the pit of my stomach,
that I won't be able to find a meaningful career for me that's going to bring me income.
that I can't find a meaningful career for me that's going to bring me income.
And I send these memories
And I send these memories
back into the past
back into the past
where they actually took place.
where they actually took place.
And I restore
And I restore
the right energy flow and balance
the right energy flow and balance
to the pit of my stomach.
to the pit of my stomach.
Peace.
Peace.
So now we're just going to do a short breath, 6, 2, and 8. So you're going to inhale for 6, we're going to hold for 2. We're only going to do an exhale for 8.
Okay.
So we're breathing in the belly, right? So inhale 6. Hold it. Exhale slowly, 8. Okay. Now, thinking about your in-between jobs, from 1 to 10, how strong is the despair in the stomach?
It's like a 3.
So you brought it down. So there's one word that's holding it still. So I want you to give me the word that's holding this despair. And is it still in the stomach or did it move?
It kind of moved up, further up though, like more in the diaphragm.
Hmm. So it either it's going to go up or it's going to go down. That's how
Okay.
energy moves up.
Uh-huh.
So, and a lot of these patterns have got stuck in the body because when the incident, or maybe when you got let go, if that was the case, or something happened, we don't complete the breath, which is why I've been asking you to breathe in the belly. So when something traumatic happens, we do, and
Mm-hmm.
now that energy got stuck.
Uh-huh.
Because it's an electrical signal and it's supposed to complete. It's like a circuit.
Uh-huh.
That's why doing the belly breathing is trying to restore the balance and tell the body also at the same time that it's safe.
Oh, okay.
So, what is this one word that this despair is holding?
Hmm.
I'm not good enough. I'm too old, or is it the abuse, the substance? What is it?
Um, Not qualified.
Not qualified. Okay. I retrieve all of my energy
I retrieve all of my energy
to this despair in my diaphragm.
to this despair in my diaphragm.
I'm not qualified.
I am not qualified.
And I take it back cleansed
And I take it back cleansed
within your belly to the right place within myself.
to the right place within myself.
And I remove
And I remove
all non me energy
all non-me energy
to this perception.
to this perception
I'm not qualified to get a job that earns a good living.
that I'm not qualified to get a job that earns good living.
And there's despair in my diaphragm
And there's despair in my diaphragm.
for my cells, for my bodies,
For my cells, for my bodies,
and my personal space.
and my personal space.
And I send it back cleansed
And I send it back cleansed
to where it truly belongs.
to where it truly belongs.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to wanting to have
to wanting to have
a meaningful job that brings me
a meaning
adequate income.
a meaningful job that brings me adequate income.
More than adequate income.
More than adequate income.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to not wanting to have this despair.
to not wanting to have this despair.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to any negative emotions of not having a meaningful earning job, financially earning job.
all negative emotions that have sorry
To
could you
not having that you'll any judgments you're making to yourself for not having the job, any low frequency emotions that you don't have the job, of not having a meaningful job that brings me money.
and I release all
Attachment.
negative emotion attachments that keep me from having a meaningful adequate job.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to everyone and anyone,
to everyone and anyone,
known and unknown,
known and unknown,
who programmed me
who programmed me
to believe that I'm not qualified.
to believe that I'm not qualified.
Therefore, I don't have a job.
Therefore, I don't have a job.
And the despair in my diaphragm.
And the despair in my diaphragm.
And I send this energy
And I send this energy
back to everyone and anyone, known and unknown,
back to everyone and anyone, known and unknown,
that it actually belongs to.
that it actually belongs to.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to all the memories
to all the memories
that I'm not qualified to get a job.
that I'm not qualified to get a job.
With this despair in my diaphragm.
With this despair in my diaphragm.
And I send these memories
And I send these memories
back into the past
back into the past
where they actually took place.
where they actually took place.
And I release all emotional attachments
and I release all emotional attachments
to this fantasy
to this fantasy
that I'm not qualified, therefore I'm not going to get a job.
that I'm not qualified and therefore I'm not going to get a job.
And it brings up all this despair in my diaphragm.
And it brings up all this despair in my diaphragm.
And I send this fantasy
And I send this fantasy
back into the past
back into the past
where it actually took place.
where it actually took place.
I trust my body to remember.
I trust my body to remember.
I trust my breath to release.
I trust my breath to release.
What was held in silence
What was held in silence
now moves in grace.
now moves in grace.
And I restore
And I restore
the right energy flow and balance
the right energy flow and balance
to my diaphragm.
to my diaphragm.
Peace.
Peace.
And we're going to do the 628 one more time. So
Okay.
we're going to breathe in 6. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale 8. Okay. So now thinking that you don't have a job and you're not qualified, how strong is the despair in the diaphragm?
Like, 0.5 to a 1. Like, it's barely
Excellent.
there.
Okay, so let's do a little exercise to visit the past, and then we're going to visit the future.
Okay.
So I want you to go into a happy memory.
Okay.
A happy memory. See what you saw then now. Hear what you heard then now. And step into the picture as if it's happening now. You're so grateful for this experience. And radiate this energy around your heart of being grateful, whatever the positive emotion is from this wonderful experience. And now you're going to send it back in time. Send it to your future. And send it to your audience. All this positive energy you've accumulated. And it's your own energy, and you can bring it to fill every part of your body from the top of your head. It's filling your head, your nose, your throat, your chest, and especially your diaphragm and the pit of your stomach. Every part of your body is filled with this positive energy, and then it goes to your arms, your legs, your thighs, your legs, and your feet. And when it's very, very strong, I want you to go back into the past and find Keegan, who's a young, I don't know how young he is, but his dad said something about his skateboarding, that he couldn't become a professional skateboarder. So imagine he's your brother, your younger brother, and your father just said that to him, whatever it is he said. You're going to ask him 2 questions. The first question is, what is it that he's feeling? His father just crushed his dream.
Anger.
Anger. Okay. Where's the anger in the body?
In the fists.
In the face.
Fists.
Oh, in the fists. Okay. And what is the belief he acquired? Not you, him, because he's young.
That no one's going to believe in him no matter what he wants to do.
Okay. Excellent. Well, not excellent, but excellent that you found the belief fast. So we're going to tap on the third person because we're tapping on him, and we also want to keep a distance. So
Okay.
the words are going to be in the third person. So
Okay.
we're going to do the same tapping as before, even though
Even though
you're angry and you feel it in your fists.
you're angry and you feel it in your fists,
You have every right to feel this way.
you have every right to feel this way.
What your father said was not loving and supportive.
What your father said was not loving and supportive.
And now you don't believe that anybody's going to believe in you.
And now you believe that nobody's going to believe in you.
And I'm sorry you had to go through this.
And I'm sorry that you had to go through this.
But I believe in you. That's why I'm here.
But I believe in you, and that's why I'm here.
And even though you have so much anger in your fists,
And even though you have so much anger in your fists,
you had a dream.
you had a dream.
And your dad crushed it.
And your dad crushed it.
Instead of building you up,
Instead of building you up,
he just demolished your dream.
he just demolished your dream.
And you have every right to feel this way.
And you have every right to feel this way.
And it wasn't right what he did.
And it wasn't right what he did.
And I'm so sorry this has happened to you. Breathe in your belly.
And I'm so sorry that this has happened to you.
But I have found you.
But I have found you.
And I believe in you.
And I believe in you.
And I've come to help you through this.
And I've come to help you through this.
And even though you're so angry,
And even though you're so angry,
and you feel it in your fists,
and you feel it in your fists,
maybe you want to punch him, and you didn't.
maybe you want to punch him and you didn't.
Your dream got crushed.
Your dream got crushed.
You love skateboarding.
You love skateboarding.
This is your desire.
This is your desire.
And you can be anything you want to be.
And you can be anything you want to be.
But your dad did not encourage you.
But your dad did not encourage you.
And I'm so sorry you had to go through this.
And I'm so sorry you had to go through this.
I know you believe that no one's going to, you said to believe in you is what you said?
And I know you believe that you think that no one is going to believe in you.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
That's why I found you.
That's why I found you.
Top of the head. What was programmed can be unprogrammed.
What was programmed can be unprogrammed.
Every person on this planet
Every person on this planet
has a unique trait or something unique they like to do.
has a unique trait or something that they like to do.
And you can become what you truly want to be.
And you can become what you truly want to be.
And I'm going to help you get rid of this belief that no one's going to believe in you.
And I'm going to help you get rid of this belief that no one is going to believe in you.
Because it wasn't loving what you heard.
Because it wasn't loving what you heard.
But I'm asking you to release some of the anger because it's no longer serving you.
But I'm going to ask you to release that anger because it's no longer serving you.
You retrieve all of your energy
You retrieve all of your energy
to this anger in your fists.
to this anger in your fists.
You're doing very good. Keep on breathing in the belly. That no one's going to believe in you or work with you.
That no one's going to believe in you or work with you.
And you take it back cleansed
And you take it back cleansed
to the right place within yourself.
to the right place within yourself.
And you remove
And you remove
all non-you energy
all non-you energy
to this anger in your fists
to this anger in your fists
that no one's going to work with you
that no one's going to work with you
or believe in you.
or believe in you.
From your cells, from your bodies,
From your cells, from your bodies,
and your personal space.
and your personal space.
And you send it back cleansed
And you send it back cleansed
to where it truly belongs.
to where it truly belongs.
And you release all emotional attachments
And you release all emotional attachments
to holding on to this anger for so many years in your fists.
You've been holding on to this anger for so many years in your fists.
And it's safe to let it go.
And it's safe to let it go.
You did the best you could given the circumstances.
You did the best you could given the circumstances.
And you survived it.
And you survived it.
And now you can let this unpleasant experience go.
And now you can let this unpleasant experience go.
It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't your fault.
You didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Parents are meant to build up their children.
Parents are meant to build up their children.
And children that grow up in supportive environments, they become successful.
And children that grow up in supportive environments, they become successful.
And you were deprived.
And you were deprived.
And you have every right to be angry.
And you have every right to be angry.
But it's over now.
But it's over now.
What happened then is no longer happening now.
What happened then is no longer happening now.
It is safe for your body to let go.
It is safe for your body to let go.
You trust your body to remember.
You trust your body to remember.
And you trust the breath to release. You're doing pretty good.
And you trust your body to release.
And what was held in silence.
And what was held in silence.
And this anger.
And this anger.
Can now move in grace.
Can now move in grace.
And you release all emotional attachments.
And you release all emotional attachments.
To this anger that no one's going to work with you in your fists.
That no one is going to work with you in your fists.
And you send this energy.
And you send this energy.
Back to everyone and anyone it actually belongs to.
Back to anyone and everyone that it actually belongs to.
And you release all emotional attachments.
And you release all emotional attachment.
To this memory.
To this memory.
Of being angry in your fists.
Of being angry in your fists.
Because your dream got crushed.
Because your dream got crushed.
And you send and no one's gonna work with you.
And no one's going to work with you.
And you send this energy.
And you send this energy.
And memory.
And memory.
Back into the past.
Back into the past.
Where it actually took place.
Where it actually took place.
And you restore.
And you restore.
The right energy flow and balance.
The right energy flow and balance.
To your wrists.
To your wrists.
Peace.
Peace.
So we're going to do our breath again.
Okay.
Just to close the signal. So it's 6, 2, 8. So inhale 6. Hold for 2. And exhale 8. So recall this happy memory for a second and send it to your younger self and just ask him, is he calmer now? The younger self, not you.
Yeah.
I saw there was some intense and some sadness came up from that experience.
Mm-hmm.
So what would the younger self like? Dad to support him and say, what a wonderful idea?
Kind of. Younger self, he just wants everything to be okay. But, more precise, yeah, that he just wants to be supported or have people believe in him.
Okay, so there usually needs more steps here, but is he okay just to have one experience, one happy memory, where in this particular event, he could just go and be supported, maybe hear his dad, you know what, this is a good idea if you work on it, something a little bit more neutral versus the harsh experience.
Mm-hmm.
How would the younger self feel if he heard that?
Happy.
Okay, so feel that happy and just envision, we're not going to do the full process because I want to do one more step.
Okay.
Envision this process. What color would this image have? What color would you pick?
Purple?
Excellent. The purple is the color of healing. So imagine this purple color coming from the top of your head, feeling happiness, and your younger self got supported from dad, and your dad thought that this idea could be it could work, and radiate it around your heart and fill every cell of your body. And just give it a minute, and then blast it afterwards across all time, spaces, dimensions, realities, and throughout all eternity. I'll just give you a minute for that. I've done this step a little fast. This one needs a little more work. But you just feel happy, and dad supported your idea, and see that purple energy infusing every cell of your body. Make sure you feel the happiness and how supported you are. The dream is real. Good. So I'm going to invite you to keep your eyes closed, and we're going to do one more step.
Okay.
Keep your eyes closed and bring your awareness exactly as you were doing to your breath. Just continue breathing in your belly.
Okay.
And we're going to enter a state of calm and integration where everything we've released today can be replaced with clarity, peace, and purpose. The despair is gone. There's clarity now. And I'm going to ask you again to go a little deeper, and I want you either to bring the previous memory or another memory. All I want you to do is bring a happy memory to mind. It could be a moment of laughter, a place where you felt safe, or maybe you skateboarding and getting paid. Whatever it is you want to bring. And you feel, or a place where you felt truly loved. See it clearly. Hear what you heard then now. See what you saw then now. Feel it in every cell of your body. Notice the colors. Notice the sounds. The sensations. Let this memory fill you with warmth and light. Bathe with it for a minute. And as you have your eyes closed, I'm going to ask you to roll your eyes upwards, looking inside your eyebrows. It gets a little uncomfortable for a minute. And keep the eyes in that position and take 3 deep breaths in and out. And if you have to blink your eyes, that is okay, because when you roll them, they get a little uncomfortable. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. And whenever they get tired, only when they get uncomfortable, you can put them back closed in its normal position. And now I'm going to ask you to count down from 5 to 1. I will count you down, actually. And imagine there's a staircase right in front of you. So you're going to go into deeper relaxation. Take the first step down. Feel your body to begin to soften. Take another step down. Your mind becomes quiet, like a still lake. Take another step down, deeper now. Your breath is slow and easy. Take another step down, almost there. You're safe, supported, and calm. One more step. You've arrived. You're in a place of deep peace. And we're going to do 3 rounds of breath together. I will do the count. We're going to inhale for 4. We're going to hold for 4. Exhale for 6. We're going to hold for 2. And we're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale 6. Hold for 2. Inhale 4. Hold for 4. Exhale 6. And pause for 2. As you continue to breathe, allow my voice to guide you deeper. With each breath, feel your body becoming lighter as you're floating on a gentle cloud. There's nothing you need to do. There's nowhere for you to go. Just listen and let go. Imagine a warm light at the top of your head, slowly moving down your body. This is a bright white light with some purple, the one you picked before. So it's coming from the top of your head, and it's washing everything inside your body. This is the light of peace. It is clarity. It washes away despair. It washes away anger. It washes that no one's going to work with you. This is pure clarity, safety in your true self. As it moves, it dissolves any tension, any doubt, any fear. You're safe and you're whole. You're exactly where you need to be. Now I'm going to ask you to invite and imagine a version of yourself 6 months from now. This Keegan is employed. He earns the money that he wants, and he's helping others. He's happy with what he's doing, and he's gotten enough knowledge, and he feels qualified. People love working with him because of his lovely personality, his open mind. And as you observe him, this is the version of you who has integrated today's work. Watch how he moves. He moves with ease. He feels light, and he trusts his path. Observe him for a second. See this future self standing right in front of you. Notice his posture, his expression, and his energy. And I want you to observe, what is he feeling? So make a note of it. You can tell me now or you can tell me later, it doesn't matter. What is it that he's really feeling in his body? He's working. He is helping other people because he's overcome a big obstacle. And you were going to say something?
It's like peaceful, content, and fulfillment.
Excellent, excellent. And what is it that he knows that you are beginning to remember?
That I need to trust my breath more.
Okay. So to trust your breath and breathe deeper?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And notice what he's wearing, how he stands, his expression of his face. Just observe that. You don't have to, you can tell me at the end for that. Just observe him. But I do want you to answer, what is the first word that comes to his mind when he sees you right in front of you? What does he say to you?
Keep going.
Keep going. Excellent. Now imagine stepping forward and merging with him, becoming one. This is yourself. You have merged with him. Now you feel his confidence, you feel his joy, and even the abundance because he's now working. His confidence becomes yours. His peace becomes yours. Settle that peace in your body. Feel the clarity becoming your own. And any other sensation that he has, maybe put on his clothes, whatever it is, and his posture, because you're him. Stay in it for a minute. Enjoy this minute that you got the opportunity to find him. And now let's say a couple of words. I welcome this version of myself.
I welcome this version of myself.
I'm ready to live from this place of peace.
I'm ready to live from this this place of peace.
I trust my breath.
I trust my breath.
I keep on going.
I keep on going.
I trust the path that is unfolding.
I trust the path that is unfolding.
The past no longer determines my future.
The past no longer determines my future.
I'm creating my future.
I'm creating my future.
Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale now, all these affirmations and this new alignment, you're going to exhale it inside every cell of your body. So you're going to imagine that it's infusing every single cell of your body, and especially your fists, your pit of your stomach, and your diaphragm. And when you're ready to come back, bring your awareness to the room and your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And remember, when you're returning, you're not returning the you were before. You're returning to where you were from your future. You're stepping into the version of what you met, meaning your future self. That's who you're stepping into. How you feeling?
Really light.
Okay, so when you think about your career, how's the despair?
Practically gone. Like, Yeah, it's only it, no, it no, it's pretty much gone. I can feel the old parts wanting to come back, but I think that that goes back to what you were talking about, how we get addicted to those feelings.
Correct. So now it requires practice. You have to, before you go to night at bed, you don't have to do the whole sequence. What you need to do is pick a vision of what you like, either the younger self being rewarded for skateboarding or connecting to your future self. Either
Mm-hmm.
one works. I would alternate between the two because they're two different people. Right,
Uh-huh.
there's three of you in this picture. The
Yeah.
future self, there's the you, and there's the, and
Mm-hmm.
all realities are happening in the now. So past, present, and future are actually playing right now. All
Mm.
versions.
Gotcha. Makes
So,
sense.
so this is basically when you clear the limiting emotion, the belief starts falling apart. Now you can see a new future.
Okay. Huh. Wow. I w- Parts of me wish I knew this sooner, but I'm extremely grateful that I know it now.
Okay. Well, it just ended this way. That we, they say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. This is a very powerful modality. Unfortunately, the powers that be in the past try to crush it, but the science now indicates this is not a new modality.
Hmm.
It's been around for many, many years, but a lot of people don't follow the proper process. Though I have added my own parallel self version. That is my unique thing that I do. But
Uh-huh.
I did use basic EFT in the beginning part.
Okay. Huh. Wow. It's crazy how this all played out because, synchronicity is one of those things that is just always blows my mind. And, like, I couldn't have seen myself in this situation, like, career wise, where we were last time we spoke. Last time we spoke, I was, like, solid where I was at and everything was going so smooth. And then something came along and a merger happened, and that just threw everything to the wind essentially. And I'm just like you said, that things happen whenever they are ready to. So I mean, I also know that a few months ago, I don't know if I would have been as receptive and able to work through those kind of feelings and that breath work, because I can I can tell that my diaphragm needs a lot of work, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. When we're in a high stress situation and a lot of trauma, it takes a while. I mean, it took me a long time to be able to breathe in the belly. And the first thing we want to do is not breathe there because it's uncomfortable. But the breathing is what's actually releasing, right? Remember, we discussed three brains. All three brains have to become coherent.
Uh-huh.
So the breathing is an essential part of the healing process because the tapping will work, but without the breathing, it's going to take twice the amount of time.
Oh wow.
So the breathing makes it faster, and the awareness on where the emotion is
Mm.
cuts a lot of time.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
Huh.
So, and by putting, and the other thing is if we can put our awareness, in this case it was the fist, and you can breathe in the belly, the chatter stops because most people come in to the session and the brain is all over the place and you can't get the person to calm down. So they need 10 sessions instead of 3.
Ah. Okay.
Right? So by putting your awareness in breathing and trying to listen into my words, there's no way you could go on to these stories. Yeah, maybe a thought will come through, but
Mm-hmm.
your mind can't go to the racing horses.
Yeah. That
But
makes a lot of
I'm
sense.
glad you allowed me to guide you and hopefully a new opportunity. So last time I spoke to you, you were still working?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so now the anxiety has kicked in because that took place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, so that job is what is telling me was not aligned for you.
No, it really wasn't.
Right. So that had to fall off. You were feeling it wasn't aligned. Therefore, the outer world eventually caught up and said, "You know what? Time to move on."
Yeah, yeah. 100%, absolutely. And it's just crazy because like it wasn't really a thought that it wasn't aligned until not too long ago, you know. And so I think that that's just been building and building and building, and then like you said, this outside influence happened that I have absolutely no control over, and it's just I yeah, it was something that needed to be shed, and I don't think that I was allowing myself to be able to step out and take that next step towards what's more aligned, you know. uh One of the things that I've kind of said in the past is that whenever I work with my higher power, if I ask for change, I kind of have to relinquish how the change is going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think you have a choice there.
No.
Actually, just
Yep. And they like to shake up the proverbial snow globe and just kind of make stuff crazy for a little bit. And I think that this was exactly what happened. So,
yeah, you hit that one correct, and that's actually what happens. But remember now, if since everything is a mirror, right?
uh-huh.
If you keep on think, act, and feel the new state of being, not the story that you got from the dad, or not the current story because whatever happened, you were eliminated, or whatever the story is,
Uh-huh.
and you know, and you're enjoying, there's a key component that we have to be enjoying what it is that we're doing.
Okay.
It makes it easier. Not that it's a must. And you know that someone's willing to work with you, and you want to be service to others because that's what you indirectly said to me. Sooner or later, and usually it's sooner, if you can stay in that vibration, the outer world is going to find you a job out of nowhere.
I'm going to believe in it as hard as I can and work on this as much as I can, because I mean, if I feel this great after this session, holy cow. And talking to future me, like if he's feeling like that, I want to be feeling like that.
Yes. And what I forgot to say for the audience, because I was so caught up, so the audience can tap along by using, and maybe you should put that part in the beginning because I forgot to say it, by using their own words. All they need to know is what is the emotion that they're feeling, where is it that they're feeling, and what the event is.
Okay.
And then as we're tapping, they can use their own events till they learn. And if it's a job that they're having, a situation, because there's a lot of people, maybe the emotion is not despair, it's fear.
Yeah.
And it still lines up because some of the stuff was generic.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can tap along. And I wish I remembered to say that earlier, because this is called, we can actually borrow, it's called borrowing benefits. So when
Okay.
we are tapping, we can tap in the group and we can get benefits ourselves.
Huh.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So yes, that's actually how I had an interesting story. I had been tapping on my own, and then during the pandemic, I mean with a practitioner, and during the pandemic, this person who's a known practitioner with another practitioner, they did, was it 4 hours? They did 4 hours 3 day in a row nonstop.
Wow.
I left with a high. So
That's
it
how.
wasn't an hour, it was 4 hours straight.
Uh-huh.
And then it was late in the evening, so I went to bed. And then the next day was another 4 hours before I went to bed. And then it was the third day, and I literally went into a high. And then I said, okay, so if I do it for extensive, and I was really down. I mean, really, really in a rut. And I noticed the lift, and then I said, okay, this is a group session. I didn't get to speak, but I was tapping along with the other ones, and it still shifted me. Well, that was a great release.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. I mean, after what I feel right now, like, yeah, 4 hours and 3 days of that, I bet you felt on top of the world.
Yes.
A high is definitely a good way to put that. Like, my feet are still tingly.
Yes. So I'm glad you allowed me to show this, and
Of course.
hopefully people will take the opportunity to get out of this rut that we've been programmed. We don't have to believe what they said to us, and we are going to see some stuff out there, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, it is unfortunate that stuff is going on like it is right now in the world. And I mean, the best way that we can help try to change some of that from the sounds of it, though, is changing what's in here first, you know?
Yes, because when you change what you feels inside, they can't program you anymore.
Mm,
So if you know it's happening out there, at some point, if you can stay like the yogis can stay like that,
mm.
eventually the outer world actually changes. How do we know that? Because I mentioned it last time, the three experiments. Double, I maybe might as, I want to say a very strange example,
Okay.
but people are going to think I'm a nutcase, but I'll
Nah,
say.
go for it.
So I've been wanting to move,
Okay.
and I have never bought a home.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a place, and this would have been a big move, and the mortgage, I wasn't sure I could manage.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been whatever. So I was excited, and I had been looking for a while, but my energy had gone up. This wonderful home appeared by a biking trail. My dream
Ooh.
house. I love biking.
Uh-huh.
So I was right, just get out of the house and the biking trail, 28 miles of a biking trail. What else can you
Ooh.
ask for? And good weather.
Ooh. Okay.
So I started thinking about it, and I discussed it with a friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
And we started saying, well, how are you going to manage this mortgage and blah, blah, blah. And then I contracted in my stomach. I could literally feel this knot in my stomach. And I picked up that he was my mirror.
Ah.
But it was late at night. I decided not to deal with it. So I went to sleep, and we had checked the map, and we had checked everything, and everything was perfect. And I had spoken to the builder, and I said, can I put in my colors? Yeah, we've done it before. If the house is not built yet, yeah, sure, you can pick your colors.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fancy. We weren't doing anything structural.
Uh-huh.
Just the paint would be delivered. So I go with this heavy knot in my stomach. I get off the phone call with my friend. I didn't clear it. I don't even know. I teach the stuff, and that night I decided not to clear it. We had looked at the map, we had looked at the location. Next day, the builder, or 2 days later, and I'm having this anxiety. How I'm going to make this work? And my friend keeps on saying, well, you can't make it work like that. You're going to have to find a roommate, and just what's going on. And I was more seeped into fear.
Mm-hmm.
2 days go by, the builder comes back when he said to me, no big deal, we can change the paint. No, you can't change the paint.
Hmm.
Okay. It's going to delay production. I said, what production? It hasn't been built yet.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, this is the craziest, and I will give you which experiment it is. All of a sudden, on the map that I had, where there was no highway,
Uh-huh.
this huge highway is appear outside the complex. Obviously, I don't want to move and having a highway.
Uh-huh.
So this fell through. So so I created with my fear, because all realities exist in the now.
Uh-huh.
There's a version of you that's unemployed. There's a version of you that is employed.
Mm-hmm.
So I created a disaster situation so I don't get this home.
Ooh.
That is called the double slit quantum erasure, goes back in time and rewrites the past. This is an experiment that got the Nobel Prize.
Huh.
And it's similar to the Mandela effect. Something's here, something's different there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what fear created.
Oh, wow. Huh. That is crazy. So
But
it,
it's true.
huh.
And that's how disease gets created. That's how the miracle happens in reverse. Cancer here, you change your vibration, And then some people can heal like in less than a month or even a week, cancer gone.
Huh.
Yeah, because they moved into a parallel timeline. That's actually what's happening. You move into a parallel timeline where the conditions don't match. I moved to a low frequency parallel timeline that had obstacles.
Ooh. Okay. So the opposite is true too, though.
Yes, all principles go both ways.
Okay. Huh. So we really got to be careful with what we're feeling, and by what we're feeling is what we're going to think, right?
That's correct. And
Okay.
we don't want to suppress it. And I gave myself, well, it's 11 o'clock at night. I need to go to bed. I forgot to clear it. And then the disasters happened.
Okay.
And
So,
now I'm very good. I can feel the knot in my stomach. I actually did the same thing last night. A disaster happened this morning, a mismatch and a miscommunication. I immediately cleared it. I said, I'm not doing this again. There's no way I'm going down this rabbit hole again. And
uh-huh.
then 2 hours later, things started shifting back to normal. So
Oh,
you know you're in a good timeline based on your outer world.
okay.
So if obstacles are happening, appointments being missed, people not showing up on your podcast, computer glitches, you're on the wrong timeline.
Huh. Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. Because I've always been wondering if some of the things that happen are more because of what I've been thinking or feeling,
Mhm.
or something similar. Like maybe this isn't the way that it's supposed to be going, maybe. But it definitely makes a lot of sense because I've also had that intuition hit, if you will, where it's like, oh, this was kind of my doing, but without really understanding how or why.
That's correct. It's unconscious. So when you go into the survival reality, usually bad things happen and you only see the worst case scenario.
Mm,
They're two separate realities at the same time.
gotcha. Huh. Yeah.
So, and when
Huh.
you're in the good reality, you get synchronicities and flow.
Ah.
So if you keep on having synchronicities, now you know you're in a good timeline.
Gotcha. Okay. And so I guess in that sense, it also doesn't necessarily mean that what we perceive as bad is actually bad, right?
It's not necessarily, and sometimes it's just to wake you up. And there are going to be few occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're looking for a job,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a job that's not aligned for you, but you want it because you need the income.
Yeah.
The universe may decide, or your higher self, I should say, may decide, you know what? I'm not going to make it easy for him because that's not an aligned job for him. He needs to trust and get the better job.
That's too funny. I was actually following a LinkedIn lead today that was talking about something, and it was like, all right, so you're going to have to scan this QR code to do like this audition, if you will, and my phone was not scanning it at all, and so I had to jump through hoops to get it to work, and then I did all this other stuff, and I was just like, why is this so difficult? If blah, blah, blah. And that would definitely make sense because it is definitely not something that was more aligned, I can tell you that, but it was like, hey, I'm working from that scarcity slash fear mindset.
Correct. And you brought an interesting one more thing. So sometimes the job may be aligned, but if you're in scarcity and fear, because you're in the low frequency reality, like in my case, the home it appeared out of nowhere. I had been looking for 6 months. I had never seen, even the realtor hadn't seen. This house appeared on the trail. It's like smoke. They didn't decide to build it yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It was, but no one was seeing it, right? So it appeared. So
Uh-huh.
perfect. And then my limiting beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm going to pay for this mortgage. What if the income is not steady? Because it would have been a bigger expense,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it wasn't so much, is this the right place to move? But then there was a thought, okay, but now this is a serious commitment. If you don't like it, you can't move. And I get the mirror, and I got a pretty clear mirror that was very intense.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to manage this mortgage? And then there's going to be repairs, and something could go wrong with the house. And did you put this expense and this? And my stomach is getting knotter and bigger and denser and denser. And instead of saying, and I picked up piece of the mirror, and instead of saying, "Can you please stop it for a second?" I got the message.
Mm-hmm.
I need to process. I'd be polite, of course.
Yeah.
And go and clear. Okay, so he's telling me I have 50 gazillion fears about this house. Let me go and clear them. I guarantee you that the next day the guy would have come, or 2 days later when he came. You know what? Yeah, we can work on the color. And then 3 days after the disaster, when I did some clearing, I said, you know what? I could have rented half the house, and then that would have solved the problem. It would only been a year or two to things, to I get my back, whatever, how it was going to work. But I didn't do that in advance. I didn't see the solution. What I saw was the past experience, this knot in my stomach. Oh, this is going to be a disaster. And of course, what did I project? A wonderful disaster. Remember, I started intuition, which I did and I missed it. Emotion, I saw it and I was tired. The outer world is telling me, and then it hit my reality.
Okay. Yeah. That is way too coincidental, as some people would say. So thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for leading me and the audience through that awesome session, because like I said, I'm feeling way lighter and way more confident in everything right now. So all I know is that I gotta listen to this before I go to bed and clear out some more stuff, and then I'll be good to go.
Excellent. Thank you very much,
Of
and have
course.
a good night. And it's been a pleasure being on your show.
Of course.
And if anybody wants to look me up, they can come to my website.
Yep. Tap into your bestself.com, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. And I look forward to having you on in the future to see where I end up and how you are doing as well. But for now, I just got to say thank you. And it's been an honor and a pleasure, Sophia.
The same. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Good night.
Good night. And everyone else out there, thank you for listening to Retrieving Sanity on WDJY 99.1 FM. And as always, love yourself if you can. Try to love others if you can, but you gotta try to love yourself first. Try to be your best version, your favorite version of yourself, I should say. And if you're having a mental health crisis, you can dial 988, or you can text 741-741 if you don't feel like calling someone. And we'll see y'all in the next episode. But until then, much love. Shalom. And